Hello.
Morning.
All right. We are on course 15, class 4, discussing the art of interpretation and mind-only school concepts. Question 1. Please read uh Lawan.
Yes, I got the work.
Okay.
The Sutra quote the commentary on the true intent. Next, turn, turn to the question of how we identify the three attributes. Attributes. It helps us understand the attribute of the constructs by showing how they relate to dependent things. List the three ways in which the sutra says that constructs relate to dependent things. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so what are the three ways in which the sutra says that constructs relate to dependent things? Nobody? Well, dependent things are at least the basis for some constructs, right? That's one. That's the main one. Yeah, like through name, through an idea. Mm. All right, Loan, read this.
Yes. Dependent things are the arena in which the contrasting state of mind acts. They are the things you are thinking of with a construct, such as this is stick,
This is a stick.
a stick.
Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. So this is the thing that the construct is like based on in some way. Okay. Nampartokpe Chuyul. Yeah, Chuyul, the sphere of activities. Geshe said arena. That the concept is being placed on, Nampartokpa, the being conceptualized or something. Oh, huh. Maybe this is in general, because this is what I was just saying. I guess this is more general, because this is more specific. Read this, Loan.
Yeah. Dependent, dependent things are the object towards which the attribute of constructs is applied. They are what you apply your words or toward. They are what reserve the labels.
Receives the labels.
Receive the label.
You gotta work on this. Receives.
Receives.
Yeah, good. Receives the label. Yeah, so this is what I was saying, and I thought was number one, but this is more general somehow, and this is more specific. So kuntakpe, the constructs, tsenikine, the place or object, of the characteristic of the kuntak is placed on it. Yeah. All right, read this last one, Lauren.
Yeah. Dependent things display the typical feature of a factor or a changing thing.
Yeah, that's true. This is a basis thing. I don't know what the difference is though. I don't understand how they relate in that way. Uh, but that's okay. Dujiki Tsenma. Tsenma means sign or feature, mark, something like that. Duce means a changing thing, a thing that does something. Key of. All right. Thank you, Luan. Number two, Hana.
Hello, teacher. Thank
Hi,
you.
you're
In
welcome.
explanation of the process of making constructs that follow from the sutra references, just maintaining a distinction is made between the dependent things, that is the object of the construction, the state of mind. The construction state of mind itself and the construct that lies between them. Explain there three are they occur in the example of the boy named Tashi.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Tashi. So the name Tashi, explain how, what's the distinction between the dependent thing, that's the object of the Tashi, the state of saying Tashi, and the actual word Tashi. I don't know. Basically, you have a person that's merely labeled Tashi, but could have been named anything else. And the name itself is arbitrary or just made up. So those are the three, I think. Read this, Hannah.
A man and his wife have a baby boy. About a day later, the father teases the name Tashi for the boy. Tashi the boy is construct that lies between the object
Lies,
it
lies.
lies
Mhm.
between the object it is applied to, the boy that was born, and the construction state
Constructing,
of mind,
constructing.
constructing state of mind, the father thinking of the boy as Tashi and naming him Tashi.
Yeah. You have the boy, the construct, and the thinking of the name, basically. Okay. Good. Thank you, Hannah. Um, I'll do this one. In the illustration of the boy named Tashi, what is this indication that, according to the mind-only school, the construct does not exist by definition? Um, I mean, basically, the name you pick is arbitrary. If you'd picked the name, Norbu, he would have responded to Norbu just like Tashi. And if someone sees him, they can't be like, "Oh, that's definitely Tashi," because he's not definitely Tashi. It's It's arbitrary in that sense. Yeah. If the idea or construct of the boy named Tashi existed by definition, he would exist from his own side to his own unique way of being. That means that even before the constructing state of mind, his father's decision to name him Tashi did its thing a day later, everyone would have said, "Oh, Tashi is born," the minute the boy child came out of the womb. But in fact, they cannot do so until they start thinking him as Tashi later. Yeah. Okay. How many questions is there? Ooh, 7. Okay, number 4. Daria, please read. Okay, Daria,
Thank
wait. Read slow and read all the letters and read the specific words, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
The sutra goes on to use the three expir expressions arena in
Arena,
which
arena,
arena in which the constructing state of mind acts, and so on as a basis for describing dependent things and totally or
totality,
emptiness. Totality or emptiness, as well as constructs,
construct.
constructs in
The emphasis on the first one, constructs, constructs.
constructs
Nice, good.
in the other words, the three expressions are being used to get at the real meaning of the three attributes in the mind-only school, and more especially how they relate to each other. Describe this interrelation of the three attributes.
Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about the interrelation of the three attributes, Kuntak, Shenwang, and Yungdrup. Yeah. I mean, basically, constructs don't really exist. Dependent things or dominated things exist because of their causes. So, and totality is if you took all the constructs away from all the dependent things, you would end up with the fact that everything lacks a nature of being ultimate. That's basically it. Oh, let's see. Oh, we're supposed to do it with Tashi? I forgot that. Okay, read this.
The function of the three expressions at this point in the sutra is to explain how the three attributes help define each other. We create in our minds certain constructs about, for example, a boy named Tashi. Some of the constructs
These.
these constructs are true. For example, Tashi is a boy. Some of the constructs are false. For example, the fact the Tashi is called Tashi is some things that exist naturally, by definition. In neither case,
Either.
neither,
No, either.
either
Yeah.
case, the constructs are applied towards dependent things. The boy that came out of his woman's womb. The fact that the
What?
false
Mothers. Did you say mothers?
mothers.
Yeah. Okay. Please keep going. Just finish.
The fact that the false constructs are not true of the dependent things. The fact that the dependent things or boy is free or empty of any such quality is the totality, yes, of
Nice.
of Tashi. The true constructs
Nice.
are helpful in establishing what Tashi is as opposite to what he
Ow.
is
Try.
opposite
No, opposed.
opposed to what he is not.
Yay.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah. Um. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The dependent thing, the boy, and the false constructs that you put on the boy, like his name, are not actually true of it. Okay. Um, and he's free of any such qualities, empty of any constructs. So that's his totality. He's his totality is his lack of existing by definition of any constructs. Um, yeah. So he's empty of those constructs. So if you take away the constructs, you end up with what he really is, just a dependent thing from causes. And so that would be dependent origination in the mindfulness. All right. Number 5. Good job, Daria. Number 5. Hong Sun, would you read?
Yes, teacher. The text states that the principle of establishing the three attributes with different objects applies to a whole list of different objects. Name some of them. Tibetan, try in Tibetan.
Yeah. The text states that this principle established interaction with different objects applies to this. I don't know what the list is. It should be like changing things, unchanging things. But I don't know. Oh, it's just all the different things in the world. Yeah. Yeah, it's just applying it to everything in the first turning of the wheel. Yeah, here it is. Yep. Okay, read this, Hong Sung.
Uh, the principle is said to apply to all the different subject matter of the first turning of the wheel of the Dharma, to the five hips, the 12 door of sense, the 12 links of dependent origination, the four types of substance,
Sustenance.
sustenance,
Yeah.
the six elements, and the 18 catalogs, categories.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, these are just the things Lord Buddha said existed in the first turning of the wheel. So basically everything in the universe. Pongpong nga, the 5 heaps. Keche chini, the 12 doors of sense. Tendra yennak chini, the 12 chini links yenlak of tendril, dependent origination. Se shi, the 4 types of sustenance. Kam druk, the 6 realms. It should be right. Oh, this is 6 elements. Excuse me. And Kam chopke, this is the 18 categories. All right. It's a Abhidharma. Applying mind only to Abhidharma, basically. All right. Lynn, would you read number 6 for us?
Yes, number 2. Describe 2 ways in which something could be empty and devoid
Or
of something, or devoid of something. Then state which of these 2 ways is more relevant. Here, when we say that totality or
totality
totality or emptiness is empty of
is
sense
is
is
yeah.
empty of sense certain constructs.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Good R and certain. And good emphasis on con and constructs. Okay. Describe 2 ways in which something could be empty or devoid of something. State which of these 2 ways is more relevant here. We say that totality is empty of certain constructs. I don't know. I think they're talking about imagine things that or constructs that don't exist at all and ones that are labels. I would say the first ones, things that don't exist, like the gotcha would be more relevant. But I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Lynn, read this.
The distinction is between the absence of something in another place, the fact that there is no chair in the certain room, and the fact that something is not another thing, the fact that a checkered rough is not a snake. Here, the latter is more the sense. Dependent things are not the self-existent things that our construct impute them to be. The Tibetan verbs for the first concept is mepa, the opposite of to exit or exit.
No, exist.
Exit.
No, zist. There's an S.
Exit.
No, you're saying exit. Exist.
Exit.
You said it again, the same exact thing. Exist.
Exit.
All right, better. Keep going.
Or yupa. And the Tibetan verb for the second concept in mimba, the opposite ought to be something or zimpa.
Yinpa.
Yimpa.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, the absence of something is a mepa, like the gakja. And the fact that something is not something is like a mistake. Mistaking a checkered rope for a snake, which we minpa. He says the latter is more the sense. I said the former. Okay. That's fine. Cool. Mipa, absence, yipa, existence, minpa, not something specific, yinpa, it is that thing. All right, good job, Lynn. Milan, please read this.
Yes, contrast can be applied either
Constructs.
construct,
No, constructs.
construct,
No, constructs.
constructs
Better, good.
can be applied either to the essence of an object or to some feature of an object. Give an example for each of these for the first of the four area truths. Tibetan Jack also named this principle in Tibetan.
That's okay, that's okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, give an example of each of these for the first of the four Arya truths. What's the first Arya truth, first of all?
Have a reason for your pain.
What is it? What is it?
Athena,
What is painful?
What?
What is
Life
painful?
is suffering.
Thank you, Lynn. Correct, Lynn. Yes. Life is suffering. This life in samsara specifically, right? Thank you. So yeah, constructs can be applied to either to the essence of an object or to some feature of an object. Give an example of each of these for the first of the four Arya truths. Oh no. I don't know, the way we label things is the suffering they impute. And that comes from a misunderstanding of self that's also imputed? I'm not sure. Read this, Milan.
yes, when you are applying a construct simply to the essence for the first of the four area truth, you are saying about it simply truth of suffering, then you are applying a construct to the main feature of this truth. When you say the truth of suffering is something that a person should realize is happening to them. Ngô là
That's okay. That's okay. Okay.
yes.
I'll do the Tibetan. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I got the first part right. The second part, the truth of suffering is something that a person should realize is happening to them. That's not what I meant by a self, but that's cool. All right. Ngo la kun tak pe kun tak. you the construct of the construct is labeled onto the essence. Okay. Que parla contact de contact. Oh, okay. Yeah, and the construct of the construct is put upon a feature. Yeah. That's all. All right. Nobody said class 15 was course 15 was easy. All right. Cool. Well, we'll be here tomorrow to continue. Thank you so much, translators. I hope I didn't go too fast. And thank you for everybody for participating. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you so much, teacher.
Come on, Hong Sung.
Yeah.
Come on, Milen. Спасибо, Tatiana. Дякую, Maria.
Thank you.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
that's all I know. Bye.